What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. It's a beautiful day. We have the first real mod going on to the IS350 today, and it's going to be the Vland taillights. These taillights are in really good condition, but I just kind of want to upgrade to something a little more modern. We're going to have that nice LED strip, and I think it's going to be a really nice addition to this already really beautiful Lexus. So let's get started. All right, let's unbox these real quick. I already opened this up, but these I bought on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description of the video if you guys want to get these exact ones. They come in a couple different versions. The ones that I got today are kind of more close to stock. They're not like smoked out or anything. Vland does make like a blacked out version. Those look cool too, but I just kind of want my Lexus to have more of like a clean stock look, so I went with the non-smoked out version. And here's what they look like. And this glows up all LED, and this is a nice bright white reverse light, but these should look really nice and give the back end of my Lexus a more modern look. So they should look really good. Let's get started with the install. All right, so some tools we're gonna need for this install. I just wanted to mention this brand, Trisalto. There's a bunch of different brands on Amazon, but this is what I got. I use these tools for pretty much every install I do, especially these two right here. It comes with all these, but you're definitely gonna need a tool like this to remove the pins if you don't wanna break them. And then a tool like this right here is nice to kind of wedge into the existing taillights and pry, so you're not, you know, breaking any pins or just giving it too much pressure. So a little tool kit like this is really nice. I'll put a link in the description for this. And then all you're gonna need is a 10mm socket. I chose to use a drill, but you know, obviously you can use a socket wrench, whatever your preference is. And that's pretty much it. This is the most delicious version of Bang also. And also, if not absolutely necessary, but if you want, you can get a Bang. Absolutely delicious, radical, skedaddle. Highly recommended. I'll put a link in the description for this as well. Just kidding. But seriously, maybe if I can find it, I'll put it in. All right, so now we are inside the trunk, and the three things that we're gonna need to remove are this, which I actually forgot to mention. You can either use a screwdriver or you can use an 8mm socket to remove this. This is not in every IS350 or 250, but if you have like the little cargo net, it comes with this. So you may need an 8mm, or if you want, you can use just a basic screwdriver, Phillips head. And then we have this pin and this little access bulb panel, and that should be all we need to do, all we need to remove to be able to get to that taillight. So let's get started on that. All right, so let's get rid of this bolt right here. Like I said, an 8mm. We'll get rid of this, or you can just use a screwdriver. Remove this panel piece, and then we're going to use our tool here. And using a tool like this is nice because if you see, this is still intact. You're not going to hear any rattling when you put this back in, so do yourself a favor and get a tool like this, and you'll be glad you did. All right, so we got our screws removed here. Just gonna peel this open, and then we are gonna have three 10mm bolts that we need to get to. 1, 2, and 3. I switched over to a regular 10mm socket just because it's gonna be easier to get access. The screw gun was a little too big to maneuver, so switched over to the wrench, and we'll get these removed. All right, so the trick to removing this headlight, it's already loose, but you want to pull it back towards you, because there's the clip, there's a clip right here that you're not supposed to remove, but it's only on one side. So if you were to like pry this out like this, you end up breaking the clip. It slides in, and I'll show you after we're done here, but you want to pull it back towards you. And I'm just gonna get under here a little bit. And we're good. All right, so once we've kind of removed the taillight from its housing area, we're gonna come back down over here, and this is the clip that we're gonna remove for the plug and play taillight. So you're gonna get your pry tool down here, all right? And to peel this back a little bit. All right. That should come out. So what we want to do is just rotate this, and there's a clip right here, and you need to get underneath this clip. So take your pry tool, get underneath, lift, and this comes out. All right, so now we're able to take out the old taillight, and you can see these are the two screws. I'm sorry, the three screws that removed, and there's like a little pin right here that went in here. So that gentle pressure forward releases this pin that went in here, and that's pretty much it. Also, just wanted to make a note of how this slips in. So you don't want to pry it from the back, because you'll blow this out. This just slides in. This little piece right here, it slides in. So make sure you're just pulling away from this piece to ensure you keep this in good condition. All right, let's put the new one in. Slide this right through. Make sure you got your alignment. Like I said, this is you're gonna slide this piece in. Take your time. All right, so this is just plug and play. So we're just gonna plug it right back in here. All right, now we're just gonna spin this back around, push this clip back in. And let's get these 3 bolts back on, and we'll be good to go on this side. All right, now we're just gonna put this liner back in and put the clips back in. All right, so we're gonna do the exact same thing. Obviously, on this side, there's really no difference. You got the 8mm and the tab right here, and this right here, and we'll just repeat the exact same process on this side. make sure, you know, you give it enough pressure to where that rubber seal is hitting the end of this. So you get a nice clean seal and you're not gonna have any leaks, any water coming down here. All right, so to install this piece, we have to remove this pin right here, this pin right here, and this pin right here, and then remove these two 10mm bolts. All right, we're gonna get our pry tool under here. Remove that. So this one's kind of a pain. I'm using my pry tool again. You really have to depress this little tab right here. So really push this in hard. And then if you can, with the other thumb, I'm kind of using my thumb, kind of slowly wiggling it out, and it comes out. But you really got to press this one in. This one was kind of tough. All right, we unplugged the harness. Now let's remove these 10mm bolts. All right, so we removed these two screws here, and then there's just one last one right here. Again, 10mm. I already took that out. And then if you come up over here, on this side, nice and easy, the whole thing comes out. There's really no like clips or anything holding it in, it's just these screws. So this one comes out nice and easy. All right, so we're gonna peel this back a little bit. I like to keep the tape on to the end just to keep everything protected. Drop this in. Make sure your alignment's good. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on this side. You can see, if you kind of let go, it lifts back up again. So I'm gonna just kind of like smush this down while I put these bolts in, just to make sure the fitment's perfect. All right, so I'm just gonna give this some pressure to make sure this fitment is all nice. Just kind of push this down. Put these in hand tight. You'll see I got a nice seal right here. All right, now we're just gonna tighten these down with your 10mm. You don't need to get these too tight. Just a little beyond hand tight will do ya. All right, same thing with this one. You're gonna wanna push on the top of the headlights. I'm pushing down right now on the outside. And then I'm gonna take this. Be careful not to drop these, because if you do, it's a disaster and it's gonna be really hard to find it. I say this because I may or may not have just done this. And there's a pain. Taking in my 10mm. Just tighten it up a little bit more than hand tight and we're good to go. All right, now we're gonna clip this back in. Take this, push it up through here. Good. Now let's test it and make sure it works. All right, so it's working. We'll get that nice LED strip and we'll finish off the other side. All right, same thing on this side. We got these two 10mm bolts here. So the install is complete. Let's remove the plastic. These already look amazing. Ooh, baby. Super, super, super clean. Awesome. I love the LED strip. LED strip on both sides. I'm gonna put it in reverse so you guys can see the reverse light. I'll do the blinkers and I'll just run through all the features of the taillight. Alright guys, so that's it for today's install video, the Vland headlights. I put a link to these in the description. You can get these on Amazon. Super, super happy how they came out. They look stock just how I wanted, but they have a really nice modern LED look to them. I couldn't be happier. The install was super easy. If you liked today's video, hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time.
Inside my own world of make-believe, kids screaming in their cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything.